Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to create Systeme.io contact on ConvertBox form submission. So I am an owner of a business and I collect the data of my leads with the help of form submission, and I've created the form with the help of ConvertBox. So my objective is that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by any of my leads with the help of ConvertBox, automatically I want to create a contact of that same lead in my Systeme.io account. For that, what we are going to do is we are going to simply create an automation between ConvertBox and Systeme.io with the help of Pabbly Connect. Pabbly Connect runs on two concepts, that is trigger and action. In this process, my trigger application is going to be ConvertBox and my action application is going to be Systeme.io. So if you want to learn how to do this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Systeme.io contacts from ConvertBox form submission. So I am an owner of a business and I collect my customers' data with the help of form submission, and I've created the form with the help of ConvertBox. My objective is that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by any of my customers with the help of ConvertBox, I want to create a contact in my Systeme.io of that same customer. For that, what we are going to do is we are going to simply create an automation between ConvertBox and Systeme.io with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. Then a new dialog box is going to appear which is asking for a workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as Create Systeme.io contact on ConvertBox form submission. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Next over here, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down arrow, and these are the folders that I've created in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select ConvertBox as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to a workflow and selecting the folder, let's click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Systeme.io contact on ConvertBox form submissions, and there are two windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process, because our process depends on these two concepts over here. Trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our trigger step. For that, click on this arrow right over here, and for the trigger application over here, we are going to selecting it as ConvertBox. So we're going to select our trigger application as ConvertBox. And for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new lead submission. As our objective is that whenever a new lead is going to be generated with the help of ConvertBox, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. That is why for the trigger application, we have selected it as ConvertBox, and for the trigger event as new lead submission. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see Pabbly Connect has provided us with the webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to connect ConvertBox to Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to copy this URL from here first. After copying the URL, to follow the steps given here below in the help desk in order to connect ConvertBox to Pabbly Connect. So firstly, what we have to do is we have to open our ConvertBox account. As you can see right over here, this is my ConvertBox account right over here, and I have created a box in my ConvertBox account in the name of 3 space group. You can see this is the box that I've created, and this is the form that I've created with the help of which the new lead is going to be generated. So we are going to connect this form with Pabbly Connect. For that, first we have to click on edit right over here. As soon as we're going to do that, over here this is the form. We're going to click on this form right over here. After click on this form right over here, on the left side of our screen, this panel is going to appear, on which over here it says form setting. We have to click on it. As soon as we have to click on form setting, these are the fields that I've created in my form right over here, and over here on the top it says actions. We're going to click on it. Okay, for the default actions, first over here we have to select it as go to next step right over here. Okay, so this is the step right over here that we're going to select, and then we have to click on integrations right over here. As soon as we have to click on integrations, over here it says add integration. We're going to click on it. After click on add integration, over here it is asking for us to select an integration, and for the integration we're going to select it as webhooks right over here. As As we're going to connect ConvertBox with Pabbly Connect with the help of webhooks, we're going to select webhooks, and over here it is asking for the webhook URL. So I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us, and then we're going to click on add integration right over here. As soon as you're going to do that, an integration is going to be added. We're going to click on save right over here. After click on save, what we have to do is we have to click on this next button on the top right corner right over here. We're going to click on next again, and lastly over here it says finish. We're going to click on finish right over here. Now we're going to go back to our dashboard. So this means that we successfully added a webhook in our ConvertBox that we have created right over here. So if I'm going to take you back to my workflow right over here, in the response over here you can see it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now what we are going to do is we are going to do a form submission with the help of ConvertBox, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of that form submission or not. For that, I'm going to open my form that I've created with the help of ConvertBox. As you can see, this is the form that I've created with the help of ConvertBox in the name of Java Course for Beginners. And if I'm going to do the form submission right over here, we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of that test submission or not. We are going to fill in all the details that this form is asking for. Firstly, it is asking for the first name. For the first name over here, I'm going to write it as Smart. Then for the last name over here, I'm going to write it as Demo12345. So this is the last name, Demo12345. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as smartdemo12345@pabblytunes.com. This is the email address. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. Then for the street address over here, I'm going to write in a dummy street address. That is 123 Modern Street. For the postal code over here, I'm going to write in a dummy postal code. For the city over here, I'm going to write it as Bhopal. For the state over here, I'm going to write it as Madhya Pradesh. For the country code over here, as we have to give the country code, I'm going to write it as India's IN right over here. For the company name over here, I'm going to give it as Pabbly. And for the tax number over here, I'm going to give a dummy tax number, okay? So after filling all the details, I'm going to click on send to do a test submission. So as the test submission is done, I'm going to open my workflow right over here, and as you can see right over here, response is captured in our workflow, and now we're going to tally the response. So the first name as Smart, last name as Demo12345, email as smartdemo12345@pabblytunes.com, country code as IN, for the company name as Pabbly, city as Bhopal, for the address as 123 Modern Street, for the campaign name as 3 Space Group as I've already told you. Over here for the postal code, a dummy postal code, state as Madhya Pradesh, tax number a dummy tax number, for the phone number dummy mobile number. So this means that we successfully connected ConvertBox to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step, and for the action application, we are going to select it as Systeme.io. And for the action event, we're going to select it as create contact, as our objective is that whenever a new form submission is going to be done with the help of ConvertBox, automatically a contact of that same customer should be created in my Systeme.io, okay? Then we're going to click on connect in order to connect Systeme.io to Pabbly Connect. A new window is going to appear on which you have to click on add new connection, but if you want, you can select the existing connection, okay? After that, over here it is asking for us to select the API key. With the help of this API key, we are going to connect Systeme.io to Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below. Firstly, we have to open our Systeme.io account. As you can see that this is my Systeme.io account right over here, and with the help of this account, we are going to have the API key. For that, click on this profile button and settings right over here. As soon as you're going to do that, from the left side panel, you have to click on public APIs right over here. As you're going to do that over here, this public API section is going to appear on which we are going to create a new API key right over here. First, we have to give the name to our API key. So I'm going to give a name to my API key as demo key. Then I'm going to click on save right over here. Over here, you can see a key is created. I'm going to copy this token from here and I'm going to paste this token right over here. So this is the API key. Then I'm going to click on save to connect Systeme.io to Pabbly Connect. As you can see that Systeme.io successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. After, over here it is asking for the email address of the contact that we are creating. For the email address over here, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we are going to insert the data from the previous step. A question is now going to come in your mind that how we are going to do that. For that, you have to first click on this field right over here. As soon as you to click on this field right over, what happens, you can see over it says ConvertBox new lead submission. So this was the previous step of this workflow right over here. And as soon as you to click on this arrow right over here, you can see this was a response that was captured in our previous step. As first over here, it is asking for the email address. We're going to map the data of the email address response that we have received in our previous step. As I map the data right away, what happens is the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically in place of this mapped data, the new data is going to be updated, okay? Next over here, it is asking for the first name. So I'm going to map the data of the first name right over here. Next over here, it is asking for the last name. Similarly, we're going to map the data for the last name. We're going to similarly map the data for the phone number from our previous response. For the street address, we are going to map the data again. So we're going to map the data for the address right over here. For the postal code, we are going to map the data for the postal code right over here. This is the postal code. I'm going to map it. For the city over here, we're going to map the data of the city response that we have received in our previous step. For the state over here, we're going to map the data of the state right over here. So this is the state, I'm going to map it. For the country over here, we have to select it as country code, but we have received in a response a country code. So I'm going to map the data of the country code right over here. For the company name, I'm going to map the data for the company name right over here. I'm going to map it. For the tax number, we're going to map the data for the tax number right over here. So I'm going to map the data right over here. As I've completed mapping all these data right over here, after that I'm going to click on save and send test request. As soon as you're going to do that, over here response is going to be received and this is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my systema.io account and I'm going to check whether a new contact is created in my systema.io account or not. For that I'm going to open my systema.io account. So this is my systema.io account and these are the contacts that I've created. I'm going to refresh this page right over here. As I've refreshed the page over here, you can see a new contact is created. I'm going to open this contact from here. The first name of the contact is Smart. The last name is demo12345. For the email as smartdemo12345@pablitudes.com. City as Bhopal. Country as India. Street address as 123 Modern Street. Postal code a dummy postal code. For a phone number, dummy mobile number. Company name as Pabli. Tax number a dummy tax number. And for the state as Madhya Pradesh. So this means that we fully created an automation between ConvertBox and systema.io with the help of Pabli Connect. But now for you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another submission with the help of ConvertBox and I'm going to check whether a new contact is created in my systema.io with the help of the response of our ConvertBox form submission or not. For that I'm going to do another form submission with the help of ConvertBox. So this is the form that I've created with the help of ConvertBox and I'm going to fill in all the details and I'm going to click on send to do a test submission. So firstly I'm going to fill in all the details. As you can see that I've filled in all the details in this form. For the first name as dummy, last name as smart1234, email as dummy smart1234@pablitudes.com. For the phone number, dummy mobile number, street address as 123 Model Town. For the postal code, a dummy postal code, city as Indore, state as Madhya Pradesh, country as IN, this is the country code. For the company as Pabli and for the tax number, a dummy tax number. After filling all the details, I'm going to click on send to do a test submission. A submission is done now successfully. So now I'm going to open my systema.io account and I'm going to check whether a new contact is created in my systema.io account or not. For that, I'm going to open my systema.io account. So these are the contacts page in my systema.io account. I'm going to refresh this page right over here. As you can see over here, a new contact is created in my systema.io account. I'm going to open this contact. For the first name as dummy, last name as smart1234, email as dummy smart1234@pablitudes.com, city as Indore, country as India, street address as 123 Model Town. For the postal code, a dummy postal code. For the phone number, dummy mobile number, company name as Pabli, tax number, dummy tax number, state as Madhya Pradesh. So this means that we successfully created an automation between ConvertBox and systema.io with the help of Pabli Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a business and I collect the lead details with the help of the form that I've created with the help of ConvertBox. So my objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated with the help of the form submission with the help of ConvertBox, automatically I want to create that lead as a contact in my systema.io account. For that, I've created this simple automation between ConvertBox and systema.io with the help of Pabli Connect. And this is how we easily create this amazing automation. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabli Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabli.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabli.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabli Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.